All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick breakdown for UFC Fight Night Manel Kape versus Brandon Royval, the last fight card of UFC ESPN era, right? 2025. This is the last one. We're going to have a 6-week break. I'm going to put up a lot of different content in that 6 weeks, talking about tier lists, GOAT lists, um, just a lot of different stuff, news, whatever I'm going to put out. I don't know yet, but I'm going to make a list about what I'm going to do and hopefully stick to that schedule if I'm a disciplined and not a lazy piece of shit. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this video. Like and subscribe. Quick breakdowns, right? We have Teresa Bleda versus Jamie Lynn Horth here in the prelim matchup of the first fight of the night. Who are we going to be taking? Are we going to be taking Teresa Bleda or Jamie Lynn Horth? Teresa Bleda is a very good grappler. She likes to wrestle. She likes to get the takedown. Jamie Lynn Horth is usually a weight bully, a height bully, which is how she wins. She tries to overpower her opponents with pressure and cardio, but Teresa Bleda is more athletic, a better fighter. I'm taking Teresa Bleda to win this fight. The grappling edge is huge right here. She should probably even submit her. Jamie Lynn Horth, I know she has decent BJJ, but Teresa Bleda on top when she's in mount, I mean she's a dog. I mean, you saw her get problems in Natalia Silva in the first round before Natalia Silva finished her. She shows that she has very good takedowns. Jamie Lynn Horth lost to Veronica Hardy, who Veronica Hardy outpointed her and just used athleticism and then took her down. So Teresa Bleda can probably use that same. She's obviously not as agile as Veronica Hardy is, but she's just as good of a fighter. And I think Teresa Bleda should get this job done quickly, right? Maybe as a, yeah, quickly. All right. That's basically it. Next, we have Alan Frye versus Guilherme Pat. Alan Frye, he's not that good of a fighter. I mean, I watched some tape of him. He backs up a lot, and you're backing up again in heavyweight against another heavyweight who's undefeated, like Guilherme Pat, with 4 knockouts or 5 knockouts on his ledger. I'm gonna be taking the guy who has 4 or 5 knockouts on his ledger over Alan Frye, who I know he also is undefeated, but he backs up. I've seen his fights. He got taken down. Guillermo Pat's really he's shown just striking ability, and I think he should get this fight done. If you're gonna put money on this fight, you're fucking insane and nuts. This is a crazy fight to bet on. There's a lot more value on here. I'm gonna do my most confident picks tomorrow, the next couple days, and show you my top 5. Last week I went 3-1-1, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I lost Murad Dvalishvili, but I told you put the mortgage on Macy Barber. She's gonna win. I said take money from your mom's purse. She's gonna smoke Karina Silva, and she did. Thank God. And I told you that Peyton Talbot was gonna beat Henry Cejudo easily, and he did. Thank God. But anyways, Guilherme Pat should win versus Alan Frye via knockout. Alan Frye really doesn't move his head a lot, so that's what it should basically be. Next, we have Melissa Croden versus Luana Santos. Luana Santos is a good fighter, but Melissa Croden, her clinch is nasty. She has a very good clinch. I don't know who's favored. I didn't look at any of the odds, but I think Melissa Croden is a very good fighter. She's taller. She uses all of it. Like she's like either in range as in clinch range, or she's in kicking range. She's a decent fighter. I think people need to put respect on her. I think she's going to win this match versus Luana Santos. Luana Santos is good on top. She has good throws. Her striking is decent, but I think Melissa Croden can make this a dirty fight and basically just wear out Luana Santos the same way that Melissa Croden wore out her last opponent, who was it, Tainara Lisboa. But people thought Tainara Lisboa had a chance to win that fight. I took Melissa Croden, and I actually bet money on Melissa Croden because I know she's a good fighter, and the clinch was the problem. And again, I think that clinch is going to be a huge problem for Luana Santos. I think Melissa Croden should get this job done. Next is Sean Sharaf versus Stephen Asplund. Stephen Asplund is from Dana White Contender Series. Sean Sharaf trains out of Extreme Couture. He lost his last fight versus Junior Tafa, Sean Sharaf, so I really can't rate you high if you're doing that, because I can't rate you high if you're doing that. I'm going to be taking Stephen Asplund, right? Stephen Asplund, he knocked out his opponent in like a minute or like 30 seconds or whatever it was, but he is a dedicated fighter. You're not going to lose that much weight the way he does. Look at him. You're not going to lose that much weight if you're not dedicated, okay? So I'm going to be taking Stephen Asplund to win this fight. He's a dedicated fighter. He wants to be in the UFC. Sean Sharaf, not saying that he's not dedicated, but You lost to Junior Tafa. I mean, I can't. If you're not UFC caliber, if you lose to Junior Tafa, you're not UFC caliber. I don't care what it is. You're not UFC caliber if you're losing to a Tafa brother. That's just what it is. It's just plain and simple. I'm sorry, Steven Asplund. I'm gonna be taking you probably by KO, maybe first, second round. Maybe I can even see you wear down Sharaf, who is shown to not have that good of cardio going later on. I mean, they're heavyweights. What do you expect? I don't know if Steven Asplund's cardio is that good either. But I'm just saying I'd rather have Steven Asplund here because I know that Sharaf lost to a Tafa brother. I mean, that's just basically it. Next is Neil Magnus versus Yaroslav Amosov. Yaroslav Amosov is a former Bellator champion. He was a great fighter at Bellator. Can he beat Neil Magny? That's the question. The problem with Amosov is he's not dangerous on the feet. He has good anti-wrestling, but he stays in the clinch for a long time. And you know what Neil Magny does? Neil Magny is a clinch whore. He loves the clinch. And I'm guessing Amosov coming from Bellator is a massive favorite, and they like Amosov. There's a video of Amosov training with Khamzat Chimaev and Khamzat having trouble taking him down. And Amosov, he's a good fighter. He's like 30-1 as a fighter or something like that. He should get the job done, but I wouldn't put money on it. He's probably like a big favorite, I'm guessing, but I wouldn't put money on it. Amosov's not really dangerous at all. Jackson, what's his name? The guy from Tough back in the day. He beat him for the championship at Bellator. Jackson. He beat Amosov, and he's not that good either. He's like a decent fighter. He's like a top 60 fighter in the world at welterweight. And Amosov, I don't know if that was just an off night, but he's going against Neil Magny this time, and I think that Amosov should win this fight via decision. Am I confident in it? No, but I'll just say he's going to win. Not confident in it. Joanderson Brito versus Melsik Baghdasaryan. You have to be taking Joanderson Brito this fight. I mean, Melsik Baghdasaryan, he's a good striker, but that's basically it. I mean, this guy lost to Josh Kulabau, man. I mean, how can you rate somebody losing to Josh Kulabau, right? Josh Kulabau, I think he submitted him like crazy. Melsik Baghdasaryan has good striking, right? He used to train with Ronda Rousey's head coach. But the problem with Melsik is he's one-dimensional. And Joanderson Brito, he has heavy power. Do you want to stand and trade with Joanderson Brito? Joanderson Brito also has a good guillotine too, which I think Melsik lost to Kulabau with the guillotine. Or might have been a rear naked choke. But he is prone to getting choked out. And Joanderson Brito, if he hurts him, he'll jump on that neck, choke him out. I could see that happening. They're both coming off losses. This is a good fight right here. You have Joanderson Brito even being the shorter fighter. He has a longer reach, though. So they kind of negated themselves in that particular region. But I'm going to be taking Joanderson Brito to win this fight. I think he's better than Melsik Baghdasaryan by a lot. So next is Amanda Lemos versus Gillian Robertson. Amanda Lemos is old, very old. She has decently bad jiu-jitsu. Her jiu-jitsu is average. And Gillian Robertson is, if she gets you down, she is one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the strawweight division. She could rival, maybe she's not as good as Mackenzie Dern, but maybe she's as good as Verna Jandaroba, right? Maybe that's how good Gillian Robertson is. She's very good. She's a very good grappler. Her striking is looking better. She's a good fighter. I was at a fight when she fought Priscilla Cachoeira, and she looks good in that fight, but I was actually there, ringside or cage side. And Gillian Robertson is a good fighter. Amanda Lemos is a little bit old, long in the tooth, right? The problem is that is Gillian Robertson striking that bad where she can't get in on takedowns versus Amanda Lemos? Because Lemos is a lot more athletic than Gillian Robertson. Like, I know Gillian Robertson can take down like Michelle Watterson and these people, but like Amanda Lemos is like a different type of athlete. Can she take down Amanda Lemos? And can Amanda Lemos just pop her on the feet and just win the striking exchanges for 3 rounds and probably even finish her because Gillian Robertson does leave her chin in the air? I think Gillian Robertson is going to win this fight. I think she's going to take her down. And just win this fight. Next is the main card. You have Kenny Nzechukwu and versus Marcus Buchecha. Kenny Nzechukwu just lost to Kenny Nzechukwu. Sorry. Lost to Walter Walker via heel hook. Marcus Buchecha is a world champion BJJ guy. I'll be thinking that Marcus Buchecha gets this win on this fight. Because, I mean, if you're tapping to Walter Walker on a heel hook, even though Walter Walker is like the king of heel hooks in the division, in the UFC heavyweight division. Marcus Buchecha is a world champion jiu-jitsu guy, right? And Nzechukwu does like that. Like he thinks he's Adesanya. He does like that fake Adesanya thing where like he thinks he's like slipping shots because he's looking on the side of his eye. I'm like, bro, no, your face is still there, buddy. And Nzechukwu, he is a good fighter, and I thought he would be better at heavyweight, but losing to Walter Walker the way he did, I was not impressed. And Marcus Buchecha is a really, really good grappler. Even though he lost to Martin Buday last, I'll take Marcus Buchecha to win this fight. He probably is an underdog. I'm guessing he's an underdog, but I think that if he gets Nzechukwu down, and Nzechukwu has no answer on top, but I'll take Marcus Buchecha. Next is Morgan Charriere versus Maquizal Costa. This is a very interesting fight. I think this fight's 50-50. I wonder what the odds are because I think this fight's 50-50. I think Morgan Charriere is better in the striking, but I think Mezcol Costa, if he takes down Morgan Charriere is not good enough to really use jiu-jitsu, and he might just stay there and just camp. But I also can see Costa camping too. So I'll take Morgan Charriere because I think I get the better striker, and if he can implement the grappling. I mean, Morgan Charriere fought Chepe Mariscal. He's fought a couple of wrestlers where we're like, all right, I have some wrestling camps going on. And Mezcol Costa has decent jiu-jitsu offensively, but also like we'll just sit there and do nothing in guard for a while, right? So I think Morgan Charriere should win this fight. They're both coming off wins. I think Morgan Charriere is the better fighter all around, so I'll take him. Next is Cesar Almeida versus Cezary Oleksiejczuk, the brother of Mikel. Who are you taking here? You're taking the guy, Cesar Almeida, the kickboxer, who fought Alex Pereira in kickboxing, or you're taking the boxer in Cezary Oleksiejczuk. I'll be taking Cezary Oleksiejczuk. I saw Abdul Razak Al Hassan almost knock out Cesar Almeida. I mean, I saw that. I saw Roman Kopylov outstrike Cesar Almeida. So Oleksiejczuk, those brothers have really, really good striking. And if you're not going to test their grappling, I mean, both their brothers have really good striking. I'll take Cezary Oleksiejczuk. I think he should get this job done. I don't know what the odds are. This might be a crazy pick, but I like his boxing. I like his striking a lot. And Cesar Almeida is there to be hit. Maybe the calf kicks will be a problem for Cesar Almeida, throwing a lot of calf kicks, but I have to be taking Cezary Oleksiejczuk, knowing that he trains now with the Fighting Nerds and is probably working on his anti-wrestling and maybe his jiu-jitsu, hopefully, over there. But Cezary is a good striker, and I think he's elusive enough to and heavy hitting enough to trouble Cesar Almeida, who's a little bit older too. He's like 37, 38. So I'll take Cezary Oleksiejczuk in this matchup. Next is Giga Chikadze versus Kevin Vallejos. This is a very good matchup. Who are you going to be taking here? I'll be taking Giga Chikadze. Giga Chikadze is going to win this fight. He's going to keep this fight in kickboxing range. Kevin Vallejos, he has very short arms. I mean, what is his reach, man? 74 inches to 68. Yeah, give me Giga Chikadze to win this fight. I know he hasn't been winning. He's been on a losing streak, but he's the better fighter. I mean, Giga has a nasty kick. He has good striking. Kevin Vallejos, he thinks he's Ilya Topuria going downhill, but he doesn't really throw that much. I think a lot of people think he's better than what he is. I'll take Giga Chikadze. I don't know what the odds are. He's probably like a plus 200, plus 300 dog. I'll take Giga Chikadze. He's a better striker. Kevin Vallejos grappling not that great either. Giga longer. He has nice. The Giga kick to the body, the liver kick is nasty. I'll take Giga all day here, actually, in this matchup. This is a good fight because Kevin Vallejos, even though he won his last matchup, did he look great in his last matchup? I don't really think so. I think that he's just gonna be waiting too long, and Giga's gonna kick the forearms, and Kevin Vallejos' arms be a little bit tired, a little bit weary because he fought Danny Silva, and Danny Silva was a good fighter too. But did he look great? No. Even for Seungwoo Choi, when he beat Seungwoo Choi, he knocked him out in the first round. He wasn't looking good in that fight either until he knocked him out. I think Giga, it's too big of a step up for him. Giga's a very good striker. You have to put him. This is a tough test for Kevin Vallejos. You have to take Giga Chikadze here. I want to see it. You have to prove it to me. And for the main card, the main event, Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape, you're taking Manel Kape. I mean, this is not even a question. I don't know what the odds are, but Manel Kape is going to smoke Brandon Royval. Manel Kape is an elite striker. You don't understand how good this guy is at striking. Elite marksman. And Brandon Royval overreaches a lot. You see Brandon Royval because he fights very long. That's what gave Tatsuro Taira problems. And I took Taira over Brandon Moreno because Brandon Moreno fights very compact. And that's what Tatsuro Taira capitalized on Brandon Moreno. but against a longer fighter, the way that like Tacho Taira should be able to beat Joshua Van because Joshua Van is also very compact the way he fights. But Brandon Royval, he like flutters and his hands are wide and his stance is wide and he fights longer than he actually is. And he's already a big dude for the division. He's 5'9" and 125er. So that's insane, right? We used to have Henry Cejudo and Joseph Benavidez fight at freaking 5'3" and 5'1". And now you have Brandon Royval 5'9" fighting. And Manel Cap's only 5'5", but I think his striking is just too elusive. He's too quick for Brandon Royval. I think he might knock him out. I think he's going to knock him out. I think when you're that fast and that unpredictable with his hands down already, Manel Cap, Brandon Royval, he overextends a lot. You see him here, you'll see him like flutter, then throw a jab and then leave his chin in the air and then not put his hand back quickly enough. And I can see Manel Cap is throwing like a nice counter overhand or a counter like inside uppercut, like a Gervonta Davis type uppercut. Manel Cap is sick. I think he's going to win this fight. I think Brandon Royval, if he tries to grapple with him, I think Manel Cap, maybe not the better grappler, but is good enough to like be like, hey, Brandon Royval, if you're going to try to grapple me and be lazy, I'm going to just go on top of you and punish you too on the ground. And I can see that happening. But I'll be taking Manel Cap in this fight. I think that's an easy winner right there as Manel Cap. I don't think that Brandon Royval has anything to trouble with him. But anyways, hope you guys like this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you.